Have you ever wondered how you could set up a filming studio in your kitchen and showcase your crafts on YouTube? Well, we're here with Jessica from Flow Art by Jessica today to find out exactly how that happens. For anybody who doesn't know me, I'm Tracy. My resin channel is Mini Scenes GB, crafting channel, obviously. And here today, we're on YouTube for grown-ups, where we explore just how you people are all showcasing your hobbies on YouTube. So, Jessica, thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you for coming all this way down.
You're very welcome. Thank you for the cuppa and lunch as well. So, first of all, can you tell us a little bit about you, and then perhaps we can look at how you actually go about your filming. First of all, I'm intrigued as to how you got to where you are now. What is your backdrop to all this?
It's been quite a journey, actually. So my education is in childcare and child psychology. And I'm originally born in India, came to London on my post-graduation in child psychology, ended up getting a job here, working here, worked in childcare for many, many years until I had my own. And quite earlier on, we realized he had special needs. And that's when I kind of had to take a step back, just to have, just to be able to give him the time that he needs, as well as to have some purpose of my own. So I figured a full-time job wasn't the answer for me. I wanted to do something on my own, maybe start up my own business. And it actually started with baking. I am a pastry chef, and I supply to restaurants locally. And then lockdown came, and that was all going well until lockdown came, and hospitality was shut, and I had nothing to do. And I think it's how a lot of resin artists actually came about, didn't they?
I think so.
And I saw these videos on YouTube, and people were making gorgeous things with these liquids, and I was instantly intrigued, and I was like, I have to give it a go. And of course, when you first see it and when you first start to use it, you're not thinking this is going to become anything big, let alone a YouTube channel. Just made a few pieces, shared them with family and friends, and they were all nice and encouraging. Well, you should get on social media, share what you're doing. And I actually started with Instagram, which was my sort of main social media platform. And here I am today. It's completely the opposite. I'm barely on Instagram, and I'm entirely on YouTube. So that's my journey, and it's been fun.
But I understand you're still doing the pastry chef business.
I am still.
And that is your own business as well, isn't it?
It's my own business. I keep saying that's my first baby, and my art is my second baby. That's still on. The good thing about both of these things is that I can do it in my own time. So my pastry business is in my own kitchen, and I then supply to restaurants, and YouTube as well. You do it. I literally do it here without a fancy studio. We'll show you all of that after.
Yeah, we'll have a good look round.
But so it's in my own time, which kind of fits around my family situation as well. So, yeah,
that's interesting, because I struggle to keep just one business going.
It's hard.
Yeah, it must be hard, juggling.
But you're doing it full time, though, aren't you?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, so
all that with having a child as well, and the responsibility that goes with that. I don't know how you do it. I really don't.
I'm a scatterbrain, but I think it's nice to be working for yourself, isn't it? So just being able to work your own schedule.
So how do you actually schedule your week out then?
Finally, I've got myself a bit organized now that I've been taking YouTube a lot more seriously. I have a schedule for my content. So I just have to try and stick to it. I'm not very good with posting too often. It's usually just a video a week. Trying to sort of scale up, but it's hard. And with my desserts, it's usually quite sort of predictable in terms of the orders that I get with my clients. So I usually know when they're going to be ordering. So then I know that, okay, maybe this week, 2 days, I'm actually making desserts. Rest of the time I could possibly be filming. So it's just finding that balance. My son's at school most of the time, so that helps.
How does it work over school holidays and things like that?
That's when it gets tricky. That's when you have to have a bank of videos and content, which actually gets used. yeah, so it's hard to manage everything, but you kind of get into that mode where you want to get it all done. I want it all. So you get it done.
Yeah, that's just amazing. So I can't organise myself. That's just, that's incredible. So why in particular did you go for resin? Because there's so many crafts out there.
Yeah, I mean, funnily enough, I actually started looking at acrylic pouring. That's what came up on my feed. And I thought, well, that looks so fun. And scrolling through, resin came up. Actually, resin geodes came up. And I was like, wow, you can make that? That's handmade? That's stunning. And I think I was just intrigued by how, you know, first it's liquid and then it becomes solid. I was just amazed with the chemistry of it. I thought I have to give this a go. And first time I played around with the resin, I thought it was strange. It was a strange little liquid which started to thicken up on me. And then next thing I know, I was making more and more. And when I made my first geode, I was like, wow, I can't believe I made this. Like, I made this with my own bare hands and it's stunning. And that was it.
It's exciting, isn't it?
It is. And the possibilities.
Yeah.
Endless.
It's quite addictive, isn't it?
It really is.
When did you first start posting quite seriously on YouTube? Because I didn't even find you until a few weeks ago.
I know.
I don't know why.
Because I'm not very good. No, I'm not very good with the algorithm. I'm not very good with how YouTube works. And I think that doesn't help me get the best reach. I first opened my YouTube channel 4 years ago.
Right.
And that was simply to link. So I had a website back then to sell my art. And that was only to link the videos of the product on the website. So if anybody wanted to buy it, you know, you have the photos, but then you can see the video here.
Right.
That was my channel then. It was not any tutorials, nothing. It was just the video of the final product. And then I thought, well, I'm making content for Instagram anyway, so I might as well just make a few might as well film myself and post it on YouTube as well. Yeah. That went on for 2 years until I actually got monetized. And that's when I was like, actually, I need to focus on YouTube. And that's when all my attention from Instagram is now on YouTube. And I would say probably in the last 2 years is when I've actually started taking YouTube seriously. Like, we're doing this. So, yeah.
You mentioned to me previously that you actually changed tactic. You pivoted with your YouTube channel. What happened there? How did that come about? What did you do?
So I think like most channels, I started off with, once you get the hang of things, once you know what you're doing, you start to you want to make tutorials, you want to like be showing how to do things and things like that. That's how I started, sort of tutorials and resin for beginners or anyone that wants to do it. And I just felt like there was a lot of it out there. It's useful, but there's a lot of it. And I just felt like if I want to kind of do something different, I'm going to have to pivot. And just as a person, I do tend to have a lot of like unhinged ideas in my brain. It's all chaos up here. And I just started to channel that chaos into my actual channel. And I feel like that was a pivoting moment for me because I just leaned into those experimental based content rather than I'm going to teach you how to do this. Well, it was more like I'm doing this. You're here for the ride. That kind of thing. So I think that's a big change. And I think it's been the best thing I've done because not only is YouTube liking it, but it's just liberating to just be able to sort of keep it chaotic, do what you want to do. I don't have to stick to, any particular format or style, or I'm not formally teaching. I'm just having fun.
It's amazing. Oh, have you got that bowl? Would you show us that bowl?
Yeah, for sure. There.
It's just that you were just talking about these fabulous, really different projects, and I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, so this
I don't know how this is looking on camera. Can we tip it up a bit?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, it's a gorgeous colour. If I hold it up there, can you see against the white of the walls?
So this is another crazy project.
Thing.
Video is in edit, and it's pretty random how I actually made it, so hopefully it'll be fun to watch.
It's just superb. Well, if it's out by the time this video goes out,
probably
I'll link it for you down in the video description as usual. If not, I'll link it afterwards so that if anybody watching later can find it. because that's
solid, isn't it?
that you don't need to go to the gym if you've picked that up a
Yeah.
few times. That
Solid
is
stuff.
staggering, and I've not seen anybody making anything like that. It's just unbelievable. So that pivot really just it kind of set you apart from everybody else who's doing quite similar type of things, really.
And I didn't mean for it to be that way. It just kind of flowed into it. I had a bit of feedback from a couple of people saying, "You're sounding like a newsreader. Just be you. Why are you so like, why?" I think I was too focused on teaching. And I think the moment I stopped doing that, I'm doing it, and you're going to learn from it anyway. If you want to try it, you know how I've done it.
I am sure as hell going to try that at some point.
You should. It was so fun. It was the randomest way I've done it, but it was fun.
Spectacular.
And so I think I didn't consciously try for it to be that way, but I'm having fun.
I think that comes over though. That is absolutely the best way to be. And I see all the YouTube experts talking about the way that authenticity is the way to go nowadays. You kind of just want to be the best of yourself, don't you? And that's what I think is coming over on camera, is that natural, this is me on a good day, doing my thing, enjoying it, having fun.
Not even the best.
It comes over.
Honestly, like I just do random, I don't want to use any swear words, but I just do random things. I was just telling my brother recently that we should make like a bloopers video where the amount of times I've said I'm obsessed with this, or the amount of times I've said this. I just say random things.
I need to keep all my bloopers because I've got some absolute clangers in mine as well.
They're good. They're fun content.
They are, but by the time I've deleted them, it's like, I've forgotten to save it, which is a pain, isn't it? I really must make a more conscious effort with those. That's a good idea. I'd love to see your bloopers. So was it at that point when you pivoted, was that where you really started to gain some traction?
Yes, 100%. In fact, I think it was my magnets video where you found me.
I did.
And that's where I found that's where a lot of people actually found my channel. And, you know, hopefully it wasn't a one video wonder. They've then actually gone on to see the rest of my content, and they've enjoyed it. So I think it might be working. I'm not an expert on YouTube, but I think it's working. And like I said, more importantly, I'm just embracing the chaos, just putting what's here into here. And I think it's fun.
Well, just looking at your stats, it does look as if that has been quite a turning point.
Yeah, hopefully.
Just in the matter of, what is it, a couple of months since you did the magnet video? It's not long.
Yes, May it was.
I think you were on about 10,000 subscribers then, and you're nearly on 14 now.
I wasn't even at 10.
Weren't you at 10 even?
Yeah, I actually crossed 10 with that video.
Crikey.
So
it was close, but yeah.
And that's the thing about YouTube, and that's the thing, like, what I take back from this 4-year journey is that, you know, the struggle is real, and you can go on for years and years without actually seeing any progress. But when you get there, it does happen. Like, just keep at it. Don't give up.
I found it sort of snowballs as well. Once you've hit that point, the more subsubscribers you've got, the more subscribers you get.
Exactly.
And
the initial bit is the hard bit.
And I think people perhaps, partly it's because we get good at it, we get better at it. And in your case, you kind of found your feet. You found, like, this is my niche, this is how I'm going to do it. And also partly people look at it and think, they must be good, they've got a lot of subscribers. And so they'll more likely to watch and subscribe.
Yeah.
So I think it naturally does sort of snowball, but yours has done so.
I think even though we know subscriber count actually doesn't mean a lot, but I feel like for somebody who's not on YouTube, that's what they go by. Like, that's what they're seeing, and those numbers do matter to them. And they matter inside us as well, because we do a little bit for our egos.
Yeah, that's the first thing I check when I get up in the morning. Oh, I've got another 10. And I know it's pointless, but it is.
It's a good boost. It keeps us going.
It's a little bit of a seal of approval, isn't it? Which it kind of tells you you're heading in the right direction and so on, doesn't it? Which is brilliant. So we're going to look at how you actually do your filming shortly. Yes. We'll move to the lovely little desk that you've got in the other half of the dining room there, and we'll have a look at what kit you're using and so on. But you mentioned to me, and this is something I really wanted for my own benefit as much as anybody else's to find out about, so I hope this interests you lot as well. You outsource your editing. I dream of doing that one day. It takes forever.
I realise how lucky I am.
How early on did you actually make that move?
It just so happened. It's almost like I was meant to have a YouTube channel. I don't know. My brother is actually an editor and into photography, a videographer. So
Gosh.
it just naturally so happened. It just made sense. You know, he was editing my content from very early on for my website. And then when I said, well, okay, you know, let's actually build this channel, it was just natural. He has been a part of it, like, since the beginning. So what we do now is I actually film everything. I send him the files. He has a team. He gets it edited. And this sounds like first world. I know as I say it, that, you know, I've got an editor, but I am beyond lucky. I would not be able to use any of the apps to edit anything. Like, you would not see a video if I sat to edit.
Yeah.
So he does all of it, and then he does my thumbnails. So literally, I just do the posting and the filming. As you know, bizarre as that sounds.
But what you've ended up with is a very, very polished, professional-looking videos, leaving you to concentrate on the creative content, the creative process,
Yes,
having fun, and so on.
100%. 100%.
I don't think you'd be able to fit in all the editing with everything else you've got going on. That would be a nightmare.
No, because it takes a lot of time to actually make content. It takes time to think of a concept, how you're going to make it interesting, and then actually film it. Resin takes time. It takes layers. It takes curing, all of it. And
that must have taken days.
It did,
just because of the sheer volume, apart from anything else.
Deep pour, it took days. And then, so if you're doing bigger projects, I mean, I wouldn't even call this big, but it takes time. And then imagine having to edit all of that footage on multiple camera angles. I couldn't. That would not be a video if I was editing.
That would take me all day.
So the good thing is that I have that privilege. It is very privileged that I have that. But you know, I admire anyone that does their own editing, because I know I can imagine the struggle is real.
For anybody who might be looking to take on board an editor normally without the family connections and all that, how would you advise them to communicate? Let's say it's somebody who doesn't know a thing about resin craft and what the videos are normally like. How would you communicate what it is that you're looking for to get the style of editing that you actually want?
I suppose you would probably show them the videos you've edited, and kind of like, so they get the vibe of what sort of pace you want, how do you want the video to be edited. But for me, like what I usually say is I want like a fast paced edit. I have a very short attention span, and even the content that I actually consume on YouTube, like, it's quite fast paced. So I kind of try to make videos which I would watch, if that makes sense. And that might not be for everyone, but that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. So I do want multiple camera angles. I want some vlog, and I want some voiceover, a mix of everything to kind of keep you watching. And that's what I literally tell them. Like, I need it to be fast paced. If you think I'm like rambling on, cut it out. Just cut it, because we can do that. Like, I can talk about stuff for ages, but not necessarily anyone wants to see it. So cut it out and just keep it fast paced. That's what I see. But I think if you were to sort of have an editor, it would take a bit of getting used to the rhythm. Like, you're getting what you want them to do for your video. So I think there's a bit of a learning curve, but I think it's doable.
Yeah.
It's doable.
Yeah, it's one of the first things that all the YouTube experts say you should do is outsource your editing.
Yeah, because then you can make better content.
Yeah,
I suppose.
Plan.
But it's not the cheapest, and it's not the most feasible option.
No, but once you get to the point where your situation is obviously different because of the family connection and all that, but you have to get to a point where the cost is actually offset it, you know. And I mean, I look at it and think I could make 2 or 3 times as many videos. And that's at the point where you think, actually, you know, this could be viable and probably the thing to do at some point. And I think there's a lot of us that are probably on around that sort of tipping point where it might become worth it, really.
Yeah, I feel like when you get to a place where you're consistently getting a certain number of views or a certain number of certain number of monetization on your videos, then it's worth thinking, well, actually, if I'm spending, I don't know, 6 hours editing a video, I could actually make a video, and that would sort of
offset that cost.
Yeah, offset that.
Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I've not met anybody yet on my travels with this channel who actually has outsourced successfully their editing. I'm aware, so it's good to know.
Yeah, but it's doable. And like I said, so initially it was my brother editing, and then now he has a team. So he was obviously then able to sort of get that quality, even passing that information to them. So it is possible to sort of have it set the way you want, even if you outsourced it.
Yeah, because you'd hope it to still feel like you.
Yes.
But better because they're the experts.
Exactly.
That's really what you're after, isn't it? Yeah.
100%.
Brilliant. That's really interesting. Thank you. She says, making notes. So, thinking of your crazy projects and things, what sort of, can you give us a bit of a heads up? What can we expect in the near future? Anything planned?
More unhinged ideas.
I would expect nothing less.
Yeah. I think I've just I've been doing a lot of like challenge-based videos, like can we do what can we make from resin in like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 50 minutes, that kind of a thing. Or I saw this handbag which was costing this much, can I DIY it? So just crazy things. And I also have another unhinged idea where I'm making gibbets, resin art gibbets, and I'm collaborating with someone on it. So yeah.
I didn't even know what they were. She had to explain them to me.
I did. Bless her. She had to come on this crazy journey with me, but that's a fun one that we're going to have.
It is, and we've got Sally from All Aboard Resin Creations as well on board with that. Look out for that one coming soon.
I'm excited about what you guys do with that stuff.
I just got that out of the bag and I went, wow. So collaboration.
Sally was just taken over by the bag. She's like, gibbets are fine. Your bag is really cute.
That was the first thing I thought as well, I confess. Yeah, so that's going to be fun because I barely knew what Crocs were, and there's something to do with those apparently. Anyway, so that's going to be a fun one. So it sounds like lots of daft ideas, basically, that will turn out into spectacular things.
They may or they may not, but you'll see them anyway.
I like this idea of the what can I do in so many minutes and things. That very much reflects what your lifestyle must be like.
Pretty much, yeah. Let's just get it done quick.
Curing time's never going to be quick, is it?
No.
It's not with epoxy.
I'm not counting the curing time. I'm just counting the
actual creation.
Yeah, obviously the 5 minutes is just dump it all in. So I've actually done that, and it was quite chaotic. It was fun. And so just some crazy concepts, to be honest, just having fun. And if you guys have any ideas, throw them my way. I will do them for you.
She's up for stuff. I'll also put you the link for that handbag video because that thing was just stunning. Have you still got that?
I have it. It's in my handbag little collection. It's quite heavy.
I'd imagine it'd be very heavy.
But I do like it.
Yeah, we'll put you the link to that one. Right, so this is what we actually see on camera. So, Jessica, would you talk us through what you do and how this all works and what kit you've got when you're filming your resin?
Yeah, so basically this is my table, and not long ago, the dining table that we were sat at was actually here, and this table didn't exist. And recently we wanted to change our dining chairs, and my husband was terrified that I was going to get resin on our new chairs. So we said, how can we get the table away from resin? And so we had a little move around. And so now we have our dining table, which is not covered in resin. And now I finally have my dedicated craft table. And while it's not a studio, it's something.
It's a lot more than I've got.
Yeah, so it's kind of, and this is quite recent. So I'm still sort of happy about it. It's not as untidy as it'll probably get by the end of the month even. So I have my top-down camera, which is right here on this mount, my Insta, and then I usually, where's it gone? Oh, I usually have my DJI, which films the second angle while I'm working here. But it also mainly films any vlogs that I do. And I do tend to do a lot of like vlogs of me, like unmolding and just general random bits. Mm-hmm. So basically just the two cameras. It's actually not a very complicated setup. I've got two lights here. This one for when I do my intros. So I have it pointing to me. Once I start working with the resin, kind of move it down. And then this one here is just to sort of balance out shadows, and that's it. It's actually quite simple.
It is. It looks quite substantial, though. I've noticed how particularly this looks really quite a substantial bit of kit, this.
Yeah, I think I just got it off of Amazon, but it does go quite high up. You can kind of like stretch it out quite a bit. And my brother would not have me film anything on my phone. He just refuses the footage. So he hooked me up with these cameras, which to be honest are working quite well.
Yeah, they're nice cameras, aren't they?
Yeah, and then I've got another spare one. And this one's quite good.
Yes, that is like the one Mark's just got.
So it's the one that I can kind of mount on my chest. And I don't usually use it, but for when I go into the garage and I do some woodworking for the projects, if I'm cutting wood or sanding on the sanding belt, then this comes in handy. But for my usual setup, that's all we have. And it's not that complicated, which is what I love. Because I keep telling my brother, if I get light boxes, I'm going to be tripping over them and just...
Well, that's the problem I have with my filming kit for when I'm out and about, just in case somebody's interested. We've got tripod, we've got another tripod. There were more tripods earlier. Oh, there's a little tripod. There's one up there as well.
Yeah, but you were able to fit all of this in a handy little bag, which was good.
Yeah, it's kind of the way to go. But when I get a more permanent setup, I mean, I've got things like this, like because they bracket onto the edge of the desk. That looks quite substantial. Mark's had to actually fit a wider windowsill in my spare bedroom to bracket things like that onto, and I've got like a blinking row of them. Which is just ridiculous, really. I really need to get sorted. I think what I've done is, in trying to economise, I've ended up spending more.
Yeah.
Rather than just getting a simple but quality setup like this.
That's always the case, isn't it? But the downside of this setup is that if I have a project on here, that's it. I can't film anything else. I can't, I don't have multiple areas where I can, because it's all set up here. I don't want to have to move these lights and everything. So that's the downside.
Yeah.
But when working on one project, it works quite well.
Yeah, mine's the same. I can't, if I take over the kitchen, I get shouted at.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same. My husband's just relieved to have the dining table back, to be honest. He's like, I'm going to sit here and eat, even if I don't want to, now that we have it back.
And it's a lovely table. That's a bit of your work as well.
It is, yes. Massive resin table I did years and years ago.
It's nice.
And it's holding up well, even though we scratch it quite a lot and do all sorts on it. We have our game nights here, but it's able to withstand all of the whatever we put through. So yeah.
So you'll be surprised to know you've actually got more workspace there than I have in mine.
That makes me happy.
It's about half that, yeah, and it's a mess because I'm just like that.
I can't have my husband hear this because he'll be like, "See, I told you. You're lucky you have."
Yeah, you don't hoard junk like I do, though.
No, I do. You should. I'll show you outside.
Yeah, come on. You've got to show. Let's show the viewer the outside.
Now that you've seen the good bit, let's show you the junk.
Yeah. See, this is what people don't see: is the behind the scenes stuff. I won't even show my craft. A couple of people have seen it.
So I obviously ran out of storage in the house, so it's had to come outside. And I never thought this would actually ever be filmed, but this is where all my resin is. And
you obviously catch the afternoon and evening sun round this side, which is lovely. Does this not all get too hot and your resin go all stupid?
It does. No, I have, luckily we have for the reason that it gets so hot up here, we have air conditioning, so that kind of keeps it.
Yeah, but I'm thinking once it's in these.
In these?
Yeah.
No.
Just doesn't.
And what I tend to do is,
more over there,
when I'm running out of my resin, I tend to bring bottles so they kind of adapt to the temperature in the room before I start using it, if that makes sense.
Oh, that does make sense.
I don't know if it makes sense, but that's just something I do.
Storage over here.
Yeah, just cups and like mixing bits, sander.
The useful big storage trunks, aren't they, these?
And then these are like silicone guns and just clamps.
It's a good job you've got this extra, because you've got the other balcony all really nice, haven't you?
So that one is for people. That's for actually using, and this one is just my messy. Oh, and then I obviously, with my pastry background, I had
look at this, folks.
I had an old fridge that died on me, and now it's actually storing all my pigments and micas. So, yeah. I didn't think this was going to be on camera.
Well, say if you don't want me to show it. But how handy, because this is literally all right outside the door where you're working.
Yes.
So, and you see, that all looks beautiful. That is what people imagine, isn't it?
The clean bits.
Yes.
And then you see there's a bit.
I haven't got any bits like that.
There's a dumpy bit there where stuff is overflowing. But that's the reality of it. And I did think today, well, maybe I should have a little tidy up because Tracy's coming. And then I thought, no, I'm going to leave it as it is.
Well, this is exactly what I wanted to show people, the reality of what, because the whole point of this channel was to show people what it's really like behind the scenes. And perhaps, give people a feeling that they could have a go themselves.
Because on YouTube, what you see is just nice, clean.
I honestly thought you'd got a fancy studio. What you have got is actually a very nice filming space, but it's not a whole studio by any means.
He's going to see this video.
I'm getting you in trouble, aren't I? But it's a really nicely set up little space.
Yeah.
And probably to anybody else wanting to set up the sort of gear or not, you've got here rather. It's just not stupid money.
No.
It's nice quality equipment that you've invested in properly, but you're not talking like thousands and thousands of pounds, are you?
No. And you could, and
quite
dare I say, if I do get a studio, I do want to actually probably spend that kind of money and get like quality equipment, because you're only going to set it up once. But you can by all means have a good channel running based off of this. Like this table was on Amazon, built it myself, and then I had to get other people to come and fix what I had built. And and then because it was all wonky, and yeah, that's my DIY there. But yeah, really, really cheap stuff. 2 lights. I hate having too many wires around. I'm very clumsy. In fact, this rug is hiding a big puddle of resin on the carpet, which I got told off for.
The rug actually looks like a resin geode pattern, which is rather nice.
I kind of went for that vibe, but it's hiding a crime scene under that. It's bad. It's this big gold resin puddle, which is staying there forever and ever on our carpet now.
And all your carpets are so immaculate. It's just, oh no.
Yeah, that's just what you can see, but it's hiding some. Yeah.
Shows we're all human. Okay, then. So that's fantastic to see. Just to wrap up, where do you see the future of your channel going? What's the big idea? What's the dream? I think I've stopped taking myself too seriously. When you first start your channel and you're like, oh, I'm going to be on camera, and when I actually first started, we have a long-standing joke that my accent is quite funny. Like, I tend to pick up different accents, and then I start talking like that. You'll sound like a Brummie by tomorrow then, will we? I probably might. And then I watch a lot of like American shows, and then I start talking like that, and then we travel a lot, and then I'm suddenly talking in a different accent. So a lot of people in my family actually do have that joke, like, what is your accent? So that was one of my hang-ups when I first started to come on camera. Like, people are going to be asking, like, where are you from? Why are you talking like that? And then also the fact that, it's just hard being on camera. Like, I'm an awkward person. I'm very awkward socially. So I feel like you just stop taking yourself seriously. Just do what you love, and that's it. That's what I want to be doing now. Numbers matter, but having fun matters more. I just want to be doing things. I feel like with a lot of my content now, I'm having a lot of comments and suggestions in the comments. And it's kind of like we're co-creating together. Like, I'm the one pouring, but it's your idea. So it's fun doing that. So I see more of that. I see more of collabs, hopefully. Yeah. And loving it. I love our little community that we have. We're all kind of like supporting each other. It's nice. It's a friendly community. And the other thing is, you said about the comments, I find that they all comment, they all put likes on, they're very interactive. They are. And that really helps their channels. And the feedback's just, it's so useful for us as well. Absolutely. Helps in every way. That's what drives our channels, to be honest. So yeah, very definitely. So thank you very much to Jessica and Sky. This is Sky, everybody. You've probably seen their videos anyway. My little mascot. Yeah. So thank you very much, Jessica and Sky, for having me here today and for showing me all this and talking to me. If anybody's got any questions for Jessica, well, or for me for that matter, do stick them in the video comments down below. And of course, look out for more videos coming your way from this channel. I've got some really interesting people to go out and see coming up soon. Very, very varied bunch. And obviously, if you haven't subscribed, liked, and all those things that are completely free, please do. There's a load of things for you to click down. Just click things, that sort of thing. And of course, do go find Jessica's channel if you haven't already. And where the heck have you been if you haven't? I'll put the link for that down in the video description as well. Thank you so much, Tracy. I've had a blast hanging out with you today. I've had great fun. It's been so nice to meet you. I know, as well. Same. And you, darling. See you for the next one then, folks. Bye.